Right, guys, how we all doing? Yeah, no, I've been watching it too. It's pretty weird, but not as weird as the last time I was here. Last time I was here, I followed somebody who did a 5-minute extended riff on butt plugs. Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that sexual. I don't know if you can tell from my glasses, but my virginity was extremely resilient. That's true. I was one of those weird kids. I got picked on a lot. I got bullied. You know, we all remembered that kid at school. Like, if you can imagine, hunch posture, big thick glasses, a cloud of dandruff. Like, that kid bullied me. It's true, but it's okay. I'm getting married. I've got a girlfriend. She's from America, and I'm going to use my time to tell you the story about the first time I met her parents. Right? We flew to North Carolina, and I was in the immigration queue, and while I was waiting, I realized that I was carrying a significant shit inside me. And I looked back, and the queue was massive, so I wasn't going to, leave and rejoin, and I decided to tough it out. But I had to wait for a further hour. So by the time I got to see the guy, I was like white pale. I was dripping in sweat. Like I looked like a nailed-on terrorist. I was carrying inside me a level orange threat. And the guy, he asked all the usual questions like, "Sir, are you carrying any foodstuffs on your person?" I was like, "In my person?" "Sir, are you planning on committing an act of terror while on U.S. soil?" I was like, at this point, yes. But it's going to be confined to a porcelain bowl, so I think we're good, right? And he thought we were good too, so he let me through, and I beelined for that porcelain bowl. But as I turned the corner, I saw my girlfriend and her parents already in tearful reunion, and they saw me, and before I knew it, we were like hugging and kissing and meeting for the first time. And her dad was giving me this big bear hug, and I was like a tube of toothpaste. I didn't know which end it was going to come out, right? And her mom looked at me and was like, "Honey, you don't look so good. Are you okay?" And her dad goes, "Of course he's not okay. He's been on a flight for 8 hours. Somebody get this man a Guinness." I should clarify, her dad's not Irish. He's just a big fan of casual racism. And I'm trying to make a good impression, so I'm pretending I'm a big fan of casual racism too. And we're chatting, and before I know it, we're at the car, right? Which is a problem, because I've never managed to successfully secretly shit in a car before. And before I can explain my situation, I'm sitting in the back. We're pulling out of the car park, and then I realized that we flew into this tiny airport in North Carolina, which was 2 hours from her parents' house, in order to save $200, which is ironic, because at this point I would have given $200,000 for a handful of leaves and 5 minutes in the woods, So we're out in this endless American motorway, and her mom's offering me sandwiches, which I am politely declining, because we're operating a strictly one in, one out policy at this stage, right? Anyway, finally, we make it to the house, okay? And her mom, she wants to take me on a tour, but at this point, I am literally dying. So we're on the tour, right? And we're walking around the house, and her mom is like, "Okay, we're just gonna open this up over here. I'm gonna knock through this wall." I was like, "I'm gonna open this up and knock through this floor in a minute if you don't let me go." So I excuse myself, I go to the toilet. Now, American toilets, I don't know if anybody here has had the pleasure of using one, way different, right? The water level is significantly higher, which means it's closer to the dispatch hatch, okay? So this thing, it comes out with like quite a lot of force, okay? But the water, it like cradles it like a newborn infant, right? Protects it for 14 full inches so that it beaches on the front and the back of the porcelain. I look at this monster and I think, don't take a picture. Not this one, right? So I flush, right? And as it starts to go round, I notice something. This thing has been compacting in my intestines for the best part of a day now, right? It is halfway from coal to diamond. What I laid was a 14-inch mahogany banister, which proceeded to use its 2 tips to draw concentric spirals on the porcelain as it went down. I looked round and there was no toilet brush, right? Which was a problem, because these marks, they didn't look like an accident of flushing. They looked like the very deliberate drawings of an insane person. And my watches were just buzzed, right, to say that like you should be wrapping this up. But essentially, that is the story of how I committed an act of terror on U.S. soil. Because I was left with no option but to burn their house to the ground. And that is, I probably have about 15 more seconds. I set myself a challenge, right? I wanted to see if I could beat the blackout talking entirely about my poo. And I fucking did it!